So, Los Angeles has ignited a conversation about how blue states can withhold federal funding to teach Donald Trump a lesson. If you ask me, the entire heart posture behind that is just to teach red states a lesson. But here's the thing. The reality is blue states and red states don't need each other anymore. If California wants to withhold federal funding and other blue states follow, it may just ignite a national divorce or at least catalyze conversations about it. And that's the business I'm about, baby. The point of this message is to demonstrate something. I want to demonstrate that hypothetically splitting the states apart leaves most Americans just imagining that states are floating out there on their own islands without the ability to sustain themselves. That's not correct, people. You are not your ancestors. It's 2025. Hear me out. You can survive on your own, but Americans lack understanding of what a national divorce is in the interest of, which is, put simply, becoming a new economic whole. States don't float alone, they become new nations. They can defend themselves. They can sustain. Americans need perspective on how big North America really is, so here are some comparative population figures and comparative GDPs of American states ranked against other nations. This way we can prove that the North doesn't need the South like the East doesn't need the West. Do you live in California, for example, where Gavin Newsome is your knighted king prince of democracy? If California wanted to withhold federal funding sparking a secession from the United States, they may want to take Oregon and Washington with them. Here's why. Should they do that, they'd have a combined population of roughly 46.3 million people, meaning comparatively speaking, the seceding territory would be as large as Iraq, coming close to rivaling Italy or South Korea. The combined GDP of California, Oregon, and Washington would be above 4 trillion, meaning they'd rank somewhere in the top 7 as far as the top grossing GDPs in the world. This seceding territory doesn't need anyone. It's true. Now let's talk about the South. It's 2025. And if the South wanted to break away from the Union, the Lone Star State would take Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky, North and South Carolina, for example. And that would make their population somewhere between 106 million people. Comparatively speaking, they would rival Hong Kong and Egypt. The combined GDPs would exceed 9 trillion. And newsflash, that GDP places them in the top 5 economies in the world. Do you understand yet that red states and blue states don't need each other anymore? We are not our ancestors. The diagnosis America needs is that we've outgrown our 50-state union. And this is demonstrated by how states who want to live in a borderless democratic republic behave today. If you ask me, the headache of splitting apart is worth the trouble compared to remaining in a union with states that want to sacrifice the constitutional republic for their democratic republic to rise. Stop flexing and start divorcing. When states and provinces defend that they want to live in a borderless democracy or else they're going to stop paying into the union, so be it. The union is cooked anyway. Because in our day and age, let's face it, the truest binary in American politics is not between red versus blue anyway. It's between who wants to live in a constitutional republic or a democratic republic. I'm on the side of realigning into the correct unions for this century. How about you?